Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. So for today, we are going to set up my planner for Q3. And I am very excited about this because I've been needing to set up my work planner for the upcoming quarter. If I didn't say so, this is my work planner. It currently has the Happy Planner Cafe Core cover. I love this cover. I am going to change it for Q3 because it feels more like a fall cover than a summer cover, so I'm going to change it. And then I have some annual pages in my work section, in my work planner, and then I have my monthlies, and that's pretty much it. And I have a folder in the back. So we are going to get this set up for Q3. Let's briefly talk about, I just went through it really quick, but I'm going to dive a little bit deeper about how this is set up and what I'm going to change. So in the beginning of my planner, I have like my annual and my quarterly pages that kind of help me plan for the quarter and the year. Some of these will change and some won't. It just depends on what I need to replace for the upcoming quarter. And then I go right into my monthlies. I do Frankenplan. So I have 2 sections per month. So April has 2 sections, May has 2 sections, and so forth and so forth. The first section is an hourly layout, and I use this for time blocking. This is what I use for my work schedule for the week. The next section is a vertical from Calendar Plan, and I use this for content planning. This is what I use to help me keep track of what videos I need to make, what videos I need to film, my marketing, my product development, and social media. So, a work plus life hourly and a vertical. And I set this up 3 months at a time, so for the entire quarter. So all of these will come out, all of the monthlies will come out and get replaced. Some of the annuals will get replaced. I have decided to replace or to use a different divider for the summer, something just a little bit more summery. And of course, I'm replacing the cover. I am not changing the discs, so we should just be able to pull and replace. Okay, now let's take a look at my inserts. These are inserts that really go in the front of my work planner or in the monthlies behind the actual month calendars. And these inserts I make and I use in my small business planner. So they will be linked down below if you're interested. But I am adding in a new content strategy planning page because I have changed how I'm going to do content for Q3. And then I have all these checklist pages because they're just checklists, basically. This is where I keep track of just some to-do items that may come up during the quarter. And then I also have an annual theme tracker. So I actually am going to replace, or I'm going to transfer this content to a blank page. I'm not going to do that in this video, but I did need to keep up with this page so that I could put it into the Q3 setup. So this will go in the annual section. My social stats tracker will go in the annual section. My quarterly marketing plan will go in the annual section because it's quarterly, right? So this is basically a quarterly planner. So the annual section needs to represent the quarter. My quarterly video planning will go in the front. And then these are my monthly inserts that go behind each month tab. I have a monthly dashboard, a pre-planning sheet for my product development and marketing, a pre-planning calendar, and a space to leave notes. And then I have a monthly video schedule. And then after that, I have some quad pages, and this is where I list per week what I have to film and what I have to post. And so that repeats for 3 months. Those are the inserts. That's what I'm going to set up. So let's get started. I think the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and replace the cover. I'm also going to take out, this is a little homemade dashboard I made just using, I don't know, PVC paper or whatever this is, plastic. And then I actually got this flower from the Dollar Tree and I just stuck it on there and I loved it. But I'm going to, it's still springy instead of summery, so I'm going to change it out. I have my word of the year. I always leave this in here. This is just a dashboard that I make. Yeah. And so, like I said, let's start with the cover. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the Cafe Core cover. Since I'm not changing the discs, I'm going to, you know, that saves a lot of time for me. I purposely chose to use a cover that would go well with these discs. So I bought this undated planner out of the spring collection, I think. And I like to keep my undated planners together, if I'm being honest with you. I don't like to break those apart because you can always use an undated planner. You don't have to use it the year you bought it. So I don't like to take these apart, and I'm not going to take it apart. I am just going to use the cover. So we're going to sit this off to the side because that's all I'm using out of this planner. Like I said, I tried to avoid tearing my, or breaking apart my undated planners. Because if push comes to shove, if I want a new planner, I can pull out an undated planner and use it. So those are like the last option if I have to take something out. But changing out the covers is no big deal because you can just replace the cover. But I think that this would be a great cover for the summer. Maybe even going into the fall now that I have it on here. It's so pretty and it went really well with the existing discs. Like I said, I purposely chose this one. I was going back and forth between a lot of options. And I purposely chose this one because it would go with the discs. I just didn't want to change discs, y'all. I was being lazy. Okay, so we're going to take the annual section and update it. So you see, I already have a content strategy planning page, but I've made some changes to my content strategy for the third quarter. So I need to redo this page. Otherwise, this is a page you could do at the beginning of the year and you never have to change it. But I have some changes. My quarterly, oh, and I have two just in case I make a mistake. Because I often make mistakes, y'all. So I printed two. But I won't keep two. If I don't use two, I'm going to take one out because I don't want this planner to get too big. Okay, my quarterly topic tracker pages are already in here. I printed those way back in May, and I've just been keeping them to the third quarter so that I didn't have to reprint them. No need to waste ink and paper if you don't have to. Same with this quarterly topic tracker. I've just kept this in here from quarter two, and I'm going to move these over to quarter three topic trackers. Right, and then once I move it over, I will store this page. Same, this is just overflow from topics. My quarterly video planning will come out. My quarterly marketing plans will come out. And guys, by come out, what I'm saying is I'm going to store it. I don't throw them away. I store them in my overflow, right? And at the end of the year, I'll put it all back together. So I'm putting in my new quarterly marketing plan, putting in my quarterly video planning. I print 3 of these because I have 3 channels. So since it's for the quarter, it needs to be for 3 months. So the way this will work is this will say July, August, right, and September. That's why I have the weeks here. July, enough space for 5 weeks. August, 5 weeks. September, 5 weeks. That's how I have it set up. And then at the top, I'll just write the name of the business, right? That's how that works. I also need to put in here my social stats tracker, which I'm just going to track this at the back of the front section. And then my checklist pages. And these are just pages to kind of help keep me organized when I have to-do lists, basically. And I just printed those literally on my home computer and cut and punch them. So That's all that I did. If you're interested in this checklist, I will try and make this available down below as a freebie. Just click the link tree down below and you should be able to access it. Okay, so that's it. Now I'm going to go ahead and take out my monthlies. I'm going to take out April. And I'm just getting this set up to put in the 3 new months. So we're taking out April and May. Before taking out all of June, I want to go in here and make sure that I get my intentions page or my word of the year page so that I can put that back, because I keep my word of the year page throughout the whole year. Okay, so Q2 inserts are removed. Just getting them stacked up because, like I said, I don't throw these away. I put them in another planner. I call it my overflow planner, and that's where I have the inserts that I combine at the end of the year. So this planner is now super flat, right? Really skinny because it doesn't have any months. And I'm going to go ahead and set up the months. These sticker pages, just to let you know, I got these out of various Happy Planner planners, and I just stick them where I need them. This particular one came out of my Work Plus Life, and so did this one. And then I just have like some action plans, which is very similar to my checklist, and I just leave those in the back, kind of like extra pages. Okay, first thing I want to do now is set up my monthlies. And guys, this is going to be straightforward, but I do need to make a few changes. So where to start? I use the Work Plus Life for my schedule. So I'm going to go in, and I've already done some of this in the pre-work, but I have my Work Plus Life set up using the Cafe Core dividers, because that's the cover that I had, right? But I'm going to use a different divider now because I'm changing the cover because it felt too much like fall. So I am not going to use the Cafe Core July cover, but I am going to still use the Work Plus Life inserts. So these are the Work Plus Life inserts, right? They have the monthly dashboard and they have the hourly. And I'm going to pull that for July, August, and September. But I need a new dashboard, a new divider, so that it looks more summary. I got this planner. It says $7.50, but I actually only paid, I think, like $2 for it at Michael's on their 90% clearance. And when I run across those things, I can't not buy them, because you can get $2 worth of value out of a planner, even if you only use the discs for something, or just the cover, or just the dividers. You're getting your $2 worth. So in my case, I am going to go ahead and use the summer dividers in here because I like them a little bit better, right? I don't love them. They're not my favorite, but they are more summery than what I saw and they don't look bad. They look pretty good, but they're more summery than the Cafe Core ones. So all I'm going to do is put a new July divider, right? Sit this to the side. Then I'm going to take off the August dividers. I'm going to use a new August divider. Right here. So we're going to set this to the side. Then we're going to take off the September. And we're going to use a new September divider. And we're going to set that to the side. And then the rest of these, We're going to leave this together so that when I come in quarter 4, I'll be able to set this up for quarter 4. Right? Perfect. Okay, so the next section in my monthly, right? Remember I told you I have 2 monthly sections. The next section is my hell of a plan monthly verticals. So I'm going to go ahead and take these out because they go into this planner as well. I'm not changing the dividers. The good thing about Kelva Plan planners is that her dividers are double-sided. And this particular planner that I bought from her is a seasonal planner. So it's specifically set up for the summer. Well, it's set up for each season, right? So you notice in October, we start seeing pumpkins. So the dividers for July, August, and September are all kind of summer, fall themed. Okay, so we are done with that one. Now we just need to put these inserts in. So I'm gonna work from back to front. So we're gonna start with the September Kelva Plan vertical, because September is the last month of the quarter. And then we're going to put the September Work Plus Life hourly. Then we get to the August. I'm going to be careful putting these in here because Kelva Plan has some really thick paper in her planners, which I love. I've tried to find that same weight of paper for my printouts, and I haven't been able to do it. At least not yet. I'm still looking though. So anyway, I put those in a little bit of a smaller bunch so that I'm careful not to tear the margin. So I put in the August Kelva Plan and the August Work Plus Life. So now we're going to do the July Kelva Plan. And the July Work Plus Life. So all of the months are now in here. Looks great. The next thing I need to do is come in with my business inserts that I make. I love these inserts because these inserts take me through the process of having an idea and getting it to the point where I'm ready to film a video and post a video. So that's how I use these. But each monthly section, I take them and I put behind my content planner for that month. Okay, so this will go at the end of July. And then I'll put another section at the end of August. And then my final section, because this is a quarterly planner, I set it up 3 months at a time, will go at the end of September, right here. And this now represents my new work planner for quarter 3. It looks a lot different with the cover. I'm actually so used to that Cafe Core cover. This looks so different, but the insides are like not really different at all. So let's do a quick flip through and you'll see what this actually flows like as a planner. So I will open it up. It has my word of the year. I like to keep that front and center in my planner. I have my Work Plus Life calendar here, and then I have my Kelva Plan nameplate. I get into my 2025 calendar, and then my perpetual calendars, which I really don't use that much. I probably take them out, but I leave them. The front part of this planner is where I do quarterly planning and annual planning. So I have my content strategy plans page. I have my quarterly topics tracker. The quarterly topic tracker is set up by channel. And the way this works is when I record a topic or a video about that topic, I list the topic here and I check off what type of video it is, and I list what week I did it. That way I know that I've already done it and I'm not going to repeat it 4 months down the road because I forgot, because I'm really bad at that. The second page behind that, this is a brainstorming sheet. So let's say it's the middle of the month and I get an idea to film something. I will come in and write it here. That idea may be feasible, it may not, but this is where I keep track of it. And so I have that little setup for each of my channels, which is 3. Currently it's 3 channels. And then I just have what I listed for quarter 2 because I'm going to transfer that over. Okay, so then I get into quarterly video planning. With quarterly video planning, I set this up 1 page per channel represents the whole quarter, 1 front and back page. So 3 months in a quarter, I have space for 3 months. And I have 3 pages, 1 for each channel. Quarterly marketing, I don't need a separate marketing page for each channel. I just, because my marketing is pretty much all the same, so I just have it set up for the 3 months. So this will be July, August, September. And then I have a social stats tracker. And then I have some checklist pages in case I just want to keep up with if I want to say, like, make a checklist of things to do, I just grab a checklist page and do that. Okay, so then we get into the months. So I have this set up for July, August, September. And like I said before, each month has 2 sections. So I'll show you those really quick. The July section for my work schedule uses a Happy Planner hourly layout. The July section for my content planning uses a Calendar Plan vertical. So this is what it looks like for August, 2 August, as you see, and 2 Septembers, as you see. That's that. So flipping through a month really quick. In July, because we use the Work Plus Life layout, I have my July 2025 calendar. I do decorate this every month. Sometimes I do videos on these, or sometimes I don't. And then I get into my monthly dashboard. This is from Happy Planner. You can get this monthly dashboard in their Work Plus Life planners or their productivity planners. So I have a Work Plus Life. That's where these inserts come from, and this is my dashboard. So the Work Plus Life is an hourly layout. I love it, and I use this for my time blocking and scheduling. If you were to get a productivity planner, it looks a little bit different. It's still an hourly, but you have like 2 rows at the top where you can put a habit, like I think up here. They take away some of this space and they put 2 rows where you can list a habit for that day. And I like that. I might go to the productivity because it's the same layout. It just has those rows for the habits. So we'll see. But anyway, I have that set up for the month. And then for my content planning in the month of July, I use a Calendar Plan vertical. I usually do not decorate this monthly. I use just pen and highlighter to keep track of videos that are posted. I do decorate every week in my content planner. And this is just a normal vertical. I use the top row for filming and editing, the second row for posting, and the third row is going to be for product development and marketing. And so that is what the planner looks like during the month. In each month, behind that section, I have my content planning. This is where I come in. It's at the end of the month, but I do this at the beginning of the month, and it's specific to my content. So I have a dashboard for my content planning. I usually write down my priorities, my to-do list for that month, and any products that I want to develop. I have a product page in case I want to put some information about products and marketing. And then I have a blank pre-planning page for that month. And this is where I come in and I pretty much kind of brainstorm what videos I'm going to do for the month and what day I'm going to post them. I make a lot of changes on this page. I tend to use erasable ink on this page, erasable highlighters, because this page gets worked a lot. And I generally start working on this page like a week or 2 before the end of the month. just have a notes page in the back, because again, this is very much hands-on, working through my thoughts and ideas and what I think I want to do. And then I have a monthly video schedule. So once I've kind of figured out what I want to do, I come in here and I put it on the actual schedule, and I list it by month and week. So this would be July, and then I'll list the first day of the week, and then I would list what video I'm going to post. Usually each column, I list the day. So I don't post every day. I post Tuesday, Thursdays, and Sundays for the most part. So I would put Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, and then I would list what I'm going to post for that day. And then I have my quads, which is where I make lists. I usually do this per week, 2 boxes per week, a filming box and a posting box. And that's it. That takes care of the monthly. So each month looks like that. As you can see, this is August. Have my hourly, August. Have my vertical and my content planning pages. September is the same. Okay, and then in the back, I just keep a bookmark in case I need it. I keep some stickers that came with an older planner, and I just keep some extra pages in case I need them. And then I keep a folder. This is where I put some of my labels that I print and cut, and I use them in my weekly planning as needed. So that is my work planner all set up for Q3. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a great week planning.